This is CBC Winnipeg News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with a tragedy in the sky. 2 student pilots from a southern Manitoba flight school are dead. Their small planes collided mid-air this morning. It happened just south of Steinbach. CBC's Rosanna Hempel spoke with those in the community who are shocked and still trying to process what happened.
I got up and started walking toward the fence there.
Nathaniel Platt and his wife saw this black plume of smoke from their property south of Steinbach. Moments earlier, they heard a bang.
This was engine revving up, and then a propeller losing its momentum, like stalling out. And then another bang, and I says to my wife, there must have been that's a plane crash.
Just before 9 Tuesday morning, 2 small single-engine aircraft collided mid-air just behind me here in the RM of Hanover. RCMP say the 2 pilots died. They were students at Harv's Air Service, which is just down the road at the local airport. President Adam Penner says they were practicing takeoffs and landings.
It's tough, difficult. We're devastated.
He says about 400 Canadian and international trainees go through his flight school each year. They're allowed to fly alone after about 20 to 25 hours of practice. Penner and police did not identify the crash victims, but Penner says one nearly had their commercial license. The other had been training for about 2 months. He believes they were approaching landing at the same time. Normally, they take turns.
There was some sort of communication issue, or they weren't seeing each other.
This Harv's Air instructor says it's a heartbreaking loss for the close-knit school.
At Harv's, we're all a big family here. All the instructors, they were all once students before here, and we all know each other on a personal and very personal level. We all know each other, and we feel really sad. It's been a shocking morning.
Harv's Air Service plans to remain closed for the week as the Transportation Safety Board investigates. The board says mid-air crashes are rare. Tuesday's collision is the second, but only fatal case in Manitoba since 1990. Rosanna Hempel, CBC News, near Steinbach.
The majority of the province is still under a high fire danger level. Areas in the north remain at risk as wildfires continue to burn out of control. Today, hundreds more evacuees left their homes behind, not knowing what they'll come back to. CBC's Gavin Axelrod has the latest.
Helicopters fly over Lynn Lake as crews work to battle out-of-control wildfires threatening the northern Manitoba town. Those blazes have forced 17-year-old Braden Skomorowski to leave his home for a second time. He and his family are now staying at a hotel in Brandon.
Plane was scary. It was my first time on a plane, but Lynn Lake it's burning.
A fire near the town of Lynn Lake is over 80,000 hectares in size and out of control. Another fire 14 kilometers southwest of the town is over 9,000 hectares in size. Skomorowski's dad is helping fight them.
He messages twice a day, every day, and he's out there for 13 hours, pushing bush.
Right now, there are more than 75 wildfires burning in Manitoba, and over 6,000 people remain out of their homes. This University of Manitoba associate professor says communities have to take measures to keep people protected from thick and heavy smoke.
N95 masks to help filter some of the breathing, setting up air filtration systems in sites where people can't get away from the fire, but they can get indoors away from the immediate threat of the particulate matter.
In Winnipeg, hundreds of evacuees from the northern Manitoba town of Leaf Rapids were set to arrive Tuesday, and a registration site has been set up at the Leela Soccer Complex. The province says they're working to get evacuees into hotel rooms quickly, but congregate shelters may need to be used. Gavin Axelrod, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Manitoba Mounties are investigating a grim discovery in the Valley River near Dauphin. Just before 8 Monday night, RCMP were called after a swimmer found what they believe to be partial skeletal remains in shallow water. The investigation into the origins, age, and whether or not it's historical is ongoing. Officers are getting help from anthropologists, Forensic Identification Services and its Search and Rescue Unit. A volunteer outreach group say police and paramedics need to reconsider how they deal with mental health emergencies. It comes after they say a woman in need waited hours for medical attention in the midst of a mental health crisis. CBC's Mike Arsenault has the details.
When Morgan's Warriors were patrolling the North End Saturday, they came across a woman who needed help. The group says she was in a state of psychosis and walking with a serious limp. When they learned she had a history of going missing, they called 911. But volunteers say she wasn't treated as a priority.
They called 911. 911 showed up like a fire truck, but she was going through buildings. She went down to the street and the fire truck just left.
George Robinson, one of the group's search leads, says they called 911 back 3 more times, and Winnipeg Police Service arrived about 30 minutes later. Police called an ambulance, and it took 3 hours to arrive, while the vulnerable woman sat in the grass barefoot, agitated and unwell. Robinson says he'd like to see a change in how the city deals with vulnerable people.
A lot of these situations that are out on the streets and stuff, there's a lot of mental health issues, and they get passed off as, like being under influence of drugs and stuff like that.
Winnipeg police say the woman was not reported as missing at the time, and officers were able to contact her family. They say she was taken to hospital for an assessment. Morgan's Warriors say they want to see an overhaul of how missing persons and mental health emergencies are handled. Winnipeg Fire Paramedic Service wouldn't comment on the incident, citing the Personal Health Information Act. Mike Arsenault, CBC News, Winnipeg.
The University of Winnipeg's development wing wants the city to allow higher buildings. The U of W's Community Renewal Corporation plans to build a residential tower on this parking lot across the street from City Hall. Now, this is where the Civic Centre parkade used to be. The City of Winnipeg says the tower is too tall for the neighbourhood, even though this used to be city land. The developer is appealing that decision. It says more space is needed to create affordable housing. Well, the transit buses are gone from Graham Avenue in downtown Winnipeg, and work has started to transform it into a vibrant, people-first destination. CBC's Zubina Ahmed got a sneak peek at the process.
Artists are hard at work on Graham Avenue between Smith and Donald. Olivia Bilson from downtown Winnipeg Biz says by mid-July this stretch will be a more colorful, vibrant and pedestrian-friendly.
We've got plantings, we've got trees, we've got boulders, we've got flower pots. As you can see, 4 blocks here, beautiful painting on our streets to bring some vibrancy and to bring some color to the neighborhood.
Bilson says the stretch will be open for events and festivals in August. She hopes the changes will motivate people to come and enjoy the downtown experience.
Having that connectivity, that foot traffic that allows folks to walk around the neighborhood, feel safe, meet up with their coworkers, meet up with their families, absolutely, a great positive addition to our neighborhood.
4 to 6 gallons that I have for you.
Stefan Dodge from Cool Streets Winnipeg is project manager of the artwork. Dodge says they have a team of 9 local artists working to make the space interactive, playful and kid-friendly.
We have some of the sites that are actually like board games that you can play, so we're going to have 28 8-inch construction cones that people can kind of use. On the furthest block, we have Architects at Play who did like a giant take on snakes and ladders.
Some Winnipeggers working downtown are excited for this change.
I think it makes it a lot more inviting to come out. I mean, it's always, downtown is nice in itself. Just having more color, having more life, looking forward to it.
They're beautiful, right? And every artist has done a different version of their vision for the street.
The 18,000 square foot space is expected to be open for pedestrians to walk by Friday. Zubina Ahmed, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Well, it was definitely a much nicer day today for them to get outside for all that painting. We had a bit of a downpour yesterday, although much needed. Today, that sunshine came back. Time for a check on weather with Helena Mahalik.
It was a nice, warm day for the province of Manitoba. Some places getting a little bit warmer. Let's take a look at our daytime highs. Places in the north were actually feeling warmer than around Winnipeg, with hovering just around the 30-degree mark, whereas places around Winnipeg hovering at seasonal and just around 25 degrees. And it was a mainly clear day. We saw some cloud coverage, but mainly calm weather-wise. We didn't see any signs of rainfall. And as we look ahead to Wednesday, it's going to be a nice day, mainly sunny skies to start our day. Temperatures hovering just below 20 degrees and very light winds. Those winds are going to stay light into our noon hour, and temperatures will have slowly climbed up to just above 20 degrees. Into mid-afternoon, we're going to see temperatures hovering just around the 25-degree mark, and our winds are going to be picking up, gusting south at 30 kilometers an hour with gusts up to 50 kilometers an hour. And Brittany, I'll have a look at your full forecast coming up.
Thank you, Helena. 3 Quebec men are facing terrorism-related charges. More on their alleged plan to create an anti-government militia and seize land. More after the break. RCMP say active members of the Canadian Armed Forces are facing terrorism-related charges. Investigators allege that 4 men attempted to form an anti-government militia in Quebec. 2 of the suspects are active military. The Mounties say they don't anticipate the arrest of more personnel at this time.
It's really a society issue. It's not something that's happening only in the armed forces. Being anti-authority in general is really something that we're seeing even in youths that have nothing to do with the army, but are not happy with what's happening around them.
Investigators allege there was a plot to, quote, forcibly take possession of land in the Quebec City area, and that 3 of the suspects took concrete actions to facilitate terrorist activity. They say the plot involved military-style training, including shooting and ambushing. A 4th man is charged with various weapons offenses and possession of prohibited military equipment. All 4 made their first court appearances Tuesday afternoon. RCMP say searches conducted in January led to the seizure of firearms, thousands of rounds of ammunition, and 16 explosive devices. Well, the search continues for people carried away by the floods in Texas last week. So do questions about what happened in those early morning hours Friday when the waters broke their banks. At a press conference, reporters weren't getting any answers.
I think that the community here is asking these questions. What happened? When did it happen? Was the emergency manager awake at the time? Did they push the button to issue an emergency alert?
Sir, it's not that easy when you just push a button, okay? There's a lot more to that. And we've told you several times.
So did it happen, sir?
I can't tell you at this time, okay?
Officials say their priority is finding victims, not reviewing what happened. They say the floods killed more than 100 people in Texas Hill Country, but there's no word yet on how many people are still missing. U.S. President Donald Trump says he'll visit the area later this week. Now, the tragedy in Texas is reminding the world of the dangers of too much rain. But too little rain also has serious consequences. Several communities in Saskatchewan are currently under a state of emergency. As Alexander Silberman shows us, severe drought is putting farmers' livelihoods at risk.
Looking out at her bone-dry fields, Corrine Gibson is taking drastic measures to keep her cattle fed.
Nothing even started. Nothing grew.
With historic drought, killing crops normally turned into hay bales.
This spring has been the worst drought that we've lived through in our 33 years.
Pastures have dried up, leaving ranchers forced to buy feed elsewhere or sell their livestock. Gibson moved some of her cattle to greener land, 300 kilometers away.
We're talking hundreds and hundreds of thousands, if not closer to 1 million for us to replace all of that feed that we would normally produce ourselves.
4 Saskatchewan municipalities have now declared local states of emergency. In response, the province is lowering the threshold to claim crop insurance. The forecast for the prairies shows a hotter than usual summer with uncertain levels of rainfall, and meteorologists say the lack of moisture is a trend.
The longer a drought goes on, the more likely it is to stay dry because the ground is just getting drier and drier throughout.
As persistent drought becomes a growing threat to farmers' livelihoods, some are finding solutions, rotating pastures and planting crops that better absorb water.
That has saved our bacon this year. Even with good adaptation, these droughts are pretty tough things.
Amid the dirt and dust, Clayton Gibson is desperate for rain to salvage his fields.
If we don't get a lot of moisture this fall, I'm not sure we should plant a crop next spring.
Tough choice, but a new reality for many, as some ranchers question how many dry seasons lie ahead. Alexander Silberman, CBC News, Regina.
When Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met with the U.S. president on Monday, he handed Donald Trump the letter he said he submitted to the Nobel Committee.
It's nominating you for the Peace Prize, which is well-deserved, and you should get it.
Thank you very much. This I didn't know. Wow. Thank you very much. Coming from you in particular, this is very meaningful. Thank you very much, Bibi.
Now, this isn't the first time Trump has been recommended for the Peace Prize by his supporters. All nominations for the year have to be submitted before February 1st. So if Netanyahu sent it after that date, it would have to be considered for next year.
It was a very calm day weather-wise in the province Tuesday, but we have a few days of rainfall coming up. Let's take a look at where that rain is going to be falling in the province. Tuesday, very calm day, just some cloud coverage, but we're seeing some rainfall beginning for the north starting Wednesday, and areas around Winnipeg will also get some of that rainfall. We're going to continue to see that into Thursday, just some scattered showers up north, but Thursday overnight we are going to see a system coming through bringing us thunderstorms and cooling down temperatures. Into Friday, we're going to see some more showers, especially for areas around Winnipeg. So just how much rain are we going to get? We're seeing a few days of showers forecasted. Up north, areas around God's Lake will get close to 30 millimeters, and areas around Winnipeg will also get a good amount. Victoria Beach just under 20 millimeters, and Steinbach over 20 millimeters, but areas around Winnipeg, like the city itself, only getting around 5 millimeters of rainfall. We know that rain is definitely needed for the forest fire situation. As of Tuesday afternoon, air quality warnings are in effect for areas just west of Winnipeg, like Fort Alexander, and up north for the Thompson area. But special air quality statements are in effect for much of the province, including the city of Winnipeg itself. The city and surrounding areas are going to improve in the coming days, but we're seeing that conditions around Thompson are going to continue to be quite dire with that smoke situation. Temperature-wise, though, by Wednesday, temperatures are continuing to hover just below 30 degrees, and Thursday temperatures will be reaching that 30-degree mark or even surpassing it, but Friday some rainfall's coming through, cooling down temperatures just a bit. Tonight in the south, temperatures will be around seasonal, and it will be a mainly clear night, temperatures hovering just below 15 degrees. Up north, we're going to see much warmer overnight lows, close to 20 degrees for areas around Churchill, and mainly cloudy. As we look to Wednesday, temperatures getting much warmer up north, just around 30 degrees, and we're seeing some scattered showers possible, but a mainly sunny day. And as we look to southern Manitoba, we are going to be seeing places around Winnipeg hovering around that 30-degree mark, places around Brandon even exceeding 30 degrees, and it will be a mainly sunny day. Temperatures feeling quite warm, a chance of some slight rainfall around Winnipeg. And Brittany, I'll have a look at your 7-day forecast coming up.
Thanks, Helena. Well, it's a long-standing Winnipeg folk festival tradition. A local artist is always first to take the stage. So it's a special kind of honor to be chosen to kick off the 50th anniversary. This year, that honor goes to none other than Fred Penner. He dropped by Up to Speed this afternoon.
I wanted to give the audience a perspective on who this septuagenarian is all about, and it's not the standard kind of stuff that you would normally hear. Well, or maybe it is. I certainly will do sandwiches, and the cat came back, two and one in the request order. But I'm also going into a batch of tunes that I've written that I haven't even recorded yet.
Some classic songs. Folkfest runs this Thursday through Sunday at Birds Hill Park. Well, it's been almost 2 weeks since Portage and Main opened up to pedestrians, and this morning was all about celebrating. More on that and your last look at weather straight ahead. It was high fives all around this afternoon as pedestrians took over every corner of Portage and Main. Dozens crossed the iconic downtown intersection at 12:30 this afternoon, cheering, taking selfies, and giving high fives as they passed each other from all four corners. Crossings at the intersection officially reopened less than 2 weeks ago after barriers had kept the intersection off limits to pedestrians for more than 45 years. The Downtown Winnipeg Biz says they want to promote downtown as a place to come together.
For so long, this intersection was closed off, and so really having people just crossing the intersection, having some fun, having those high fives is really about, a bold statement about accessibility, connectivity, community, and celebration.
Now, each corner of the intersection had public art, live music, markets, and tours.
We have a little bit of everything in store this week for Winnipeg, some extreme heat, some rain. Let's take a look at our full forecast. Wednesday, temperatures jumping up just below that 30-degree mark, and by Thursday, temperatures are going to be exceeding 30 degrees, but we do have some stronger winds these days to help with some of that extreme heat. By Friday, we are seeing a system coming through, cooling things down and bringing us some rainfall. Saturday, we're seeing temperatures just around seasonal and going to continue that way throughout the week. It'll be a nice day to get out. Sunday, maybe not so much as some rainfall is coming through. Monday, Tuesday, we're going to be seeing no more rain, but some cloud coverage as well. But overnight lows are going to be pretty warm. So Brittany, definitely a week to get outside and do some outdoor activities. Just make sure to stay under the shade.
Thanks, Helena. Well, a strong marriage is about having each other's back and overcoming obstacles together. Today's Daily Lift is one you can throw over your shoulders. This wife-carrying contest in Finland gives falling head over heels a whole new meaning. Couples race through a course filled with obstacles, including water and sand. Now, the person designated as husband had to carry their partner over the finish line. An American couple won the race. This is the first time in the event's history a separate race was held for female couples. More than 200 people took part. Looks like quite the race. Riley will be back here with me tomorrow. We'll see you then. Have a great night.